pocket with ace-jack offsuit. Regina insists. Dipankar's all in for his tournament life with ace-jack off versus pocket eights. He needs to find an ace or a jack for his tournament life. Regina, when you're ready, let's see a flop. Ace in the window, queen 10. A great flop for Dipankar. Finds a pair of aces, is against a pair of eights. Just needs to fade the 8. The turn. The 4 of clubs, very clean. Dipankar just needs to fade. 2 outs for his tournament life. Regina the River. Double up for Dipankar Gupta of India. Got another dealer. Oh, go ahead, please. Oh, thanks, Jimmy. We got all in a call here at the main event. Who's all in at risk, please? Okay, thank you very much. Dipankar's all in for his tournament life with ace king off versus 10-8 suited. He just needs to hold. He just needs to fade the 10, the 8, or a bunch of clubs. Or jack 9-7. The flop, please, Regina. Flop. Wow. The flop is 9-7 deuce, 2 clubs. Dipankar is ahead with ace high, but is he really against a straight flush draw? Open-ended straight flush draw? He's got to fade everything. King. The turn. King. Is the 8 of spades. 10-8 takes the lead with a pair of 8s. Dipankar needs to find an ace or a king that's not a club. The river is the 10 of hearts. That's a good game for Dipankar Gupta of India, out in 7th place of the main event.
It's you.
pocket nines versus king 6 offsuit. O jammed in the small blind with king 6 off. Tan called. Less than 10 bigs with pocket nines. Nines are at risk. Just needs to fade the king. Jenny, when you're ready, let's see the flop. Flop comes Jack 10 deuce. Very clean for Tan. Just needs to fade the runner on a straight or the king. The turn.
Welcome back to the APT main event and your 3 finalists. We are playing down to a winner today for the 185,000 USD up top. My name is Sam Insel. I'm joined, as always, by Vidur Singhal. And today, we will be crowning the APT Mega Lion Trophy. Every player right now guaranteed 80,000 USD. When we get to heads up, second place will receive 113, and finally, 185,000. There will be no deals here in Vietnam. So we will be seeing a 70,000 heads up match. How are you doing, Vidur? You excited for this?
Super excited. New stream has been started. A couple of hundred people joining us. I suspect that will grow back to where we were, considering 3 of the most exciting players on the table. More exciting than maybe expected. Jin Long Hu, Mr. All In, is sitting there with the chip lead. Half of the chips in play almost exactly, and is looking to close this one out. I mean, what a story. We watched him find the squeeze, get it in, Queen Jack against David Spade, and comes all the way to the chip lead in the final 3. Let's not forget the other 2 competitors. Vietnam fighting China, fighting South Korea. Do Tien Vu has been dominant throughout this tournament ever since we saw him in the feature. I believe that was day 2. 10 million or so in his stack, and 5.6 million for Junsuk. Oh, Junsuk did come in tied essentially for the chip lead with David Spade.
Look at that mountain of plaques. Oh my goodness.
He looks like a predator there, just eyeing his opponent's chips.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the cards to be dealt. Looking left and right, seeing how many more yellow towers he can create out of thin air. Everybody else building towers. This man is building, I don't know, some Middle Eastern style skyscrapers. Just 2x everybody else. Junsuk, oh, has locked in 79,000. Can he find the double up as we come in with blinds at a massive 125, 250, 22 bigs in the Korean stack. I heard a lot of discussion about the antes, Sam, when you were with Steven in the last frame.
Yep.
They will certainly be hurting the short stack here. 250 plus 250 every time he's in the big.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It really puts pressure on the shortest stack. Here we go, underway.
Pocket kings.
Wow.
What a start. And the small good trap against Mr. All-In.
Yeah, I think I prefer limp here. Goes for the raise.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I was an all-in?
Rips it with the ace-5 suited and the insta-call, of course, with the pocket kings. Dream spot. 2-1 to find the double. And almost even out stacks with the current chip leader.
I gotta say, that is a huge jam, but can't expect.
Ace-5 suited.
Yeah.
From
From
what are you
who?
gonna do? Jin Long Hu has ace-5 suited. You knew it was going in. And by the way, Sam, if the kings can hold, three-way tie in stacks.
Yeah.
Kings versus the GTO wizard hand. Kings just need to fade the ace or a bunch of diamonds. For O's tournament life, Queenie, please, the flop.
Five in
Flop
the window.
is 6-3-5. No diamonds. Kings are holding against a pair of fives. O from South Korea just needs to fade the ace or the 5. The turn, please, Queenie. Queen of spades, it's clean for O.
Still a
O
swap.
Jun-seok just needs to fade the ace or the 5 for his tournament life. Queenie, the river, please. It's
Safe.
a 6 of hearts, and that'll be a big double up for O Jun-seok of South Korea.
Wow, look at that. Welcome back to the stream, folks, and all in on hand number 1 after the break. And look at this, 11.5, 10.65, and Do on,
About the same.
yeah. There are 32 million chips in play, so it is a three-way tie. If there ever was a time to talk a deal, it would be now if they could.
No, sir. There will be no deals. Let's play some poker. Truly anyone's tournament to take down. And Chinlong, by the way, now at 10.65 million, could be essentially the bottom stack. Every all-in would put him at risk. Do you think he slows down, Sam?
No, not a chance.
I don't either.
I mean, maybe his all-in slow down because another 40 big blinds effective. Just over. What do you think?
See it. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think he slows down in the slightest. Just like that, everything changes. The GTO wizard hand dictating the action.
Thank you, brother. Hey.
As we get the new stacks in order, suddenly it's not a one-way street. Jun-seok has over 800k on his hand and mob. One of the best from South Korea, looking for his best ever score. has almost matched the existing one. His best life cash was 88,000 USD. With this double up, looking for the 185.
He's still counting his stack before we begin the next hand.
Stolen some skyscrapers away from Jin Long.
Count.
If another player asks to count, stop the clock. But you count, cannot stop the clock.
And I think we've dealt the next hand there. We see it.
Yeah.
The button being let go. Tan and chat say it's 3 kingdoms now in terms of the towers. Indeed. This could cost dough. Bottom pair versus middle pair, on the top pair card being repeated on the 4th street. And now the boat, the deuce has been counterfeited though. Tough to get value.
Yeah. Just goes check, check.
.46 and 46. Tied up top. Arguably, if the gap widens, some ICM considerations for the top 2 stack. With no deal on the table, every decision so crucial. It's Tien Vu, who has 35, would be the player at risk in an all-in situation. That being said, these guys are very deep, 3-handed.
Yeah, 40 big blinds effective.
Someone says it will be a long FT now. Well, here's hoping. Has been one of the most exciting main event finales we've seen in a while. In terms of the stakes, the play, the styles clashing. And it is a bit unsurprising. Vietnam does lead to some wild action, in my experience. Unsuk, with queen 5 off, tends to act quickly. And a quick defense. Tan in chat says, are you Chinese announcers? We are not. We just have Google Translate on the chat.
Let's see. Justin's got a quiz for us. High roller, EP raises, button calls, big blind squeezes, only button calls. Flop 653 rainbow, big blind continues, button calls. That's got to be queens and 6s.
No, I think I can guess this. Queens and quads, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be something like that. Button overcall sounds like a low pocket pair. Yeah. Watch it just be like 7 deuce and ace 5.
That's what I was thinking. Those 2 exact hands for the troll. Nice pickup there, by the way. As now it's the queen 7 raising from the button. Chunseok with just a couple of extra bigs for the chip lead at the moment. 12 million in his stack. Jack 8 off in the small. I believe has been folded, and Chin Long lets it go as well.
Yeah, 9 deuce.
9 million. Yeah, 9. More than 9 million. Yeah.
All right, high roller, table 1. Break time last hand. 15-minute break for you guys.
Speaking of the high roller, let's take a look at the entries. 75 thus far. It's an 80 million VND buy-in, over 2x the main event.
Oh my goodness. Big blind had queen 6 and button had 6-3.
Wow. Button at 6-3? No shame.
Wow.
You don't see this every day. 48, 43, 37. No deal, playing it out.
I like how Tianvu's got his chip stacked.
But they're not in fours, Sam.
Are they not?
Those are the 250Ks, right?
They look like they're in 4s.
Are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. They're thicker than I imagined. Justin says the queen 6-6-3. Laughs in the face of the people who assume high rollers are for GTO guys. That is GTO, Justin. Gangster theory optimal. Street poker. My worst beats have come in and against high rollers. I hate them. 7 in the window and a 10. Gut shot for Junseok. Top 2 for Jinlong. Club working as well for Junseok for the back doors. Jinlong just looked eager to bet there.
Yep. Wonder if we see a check raise. Nah. Just gonna go for the call. My goodness. 10 starting stacks is the bet. Ooh.
Wow,
Double gut shot and the flush draw now for Junseok.
One of the best cards in the deck.
Yeah.
Look at the outs. 14.
His hand is still strong enough to continue betting. I think something like half pot makes a lot of sense. Look at that call. 850K is the bet. 1.7 million goes into the pot on the turn in about half a second.
I mean, Junseok's getting the right price up to a pot size bet, so
Yeah.
snaps it. And the 5 is a brick. Top 2 remain clean for Jinlong. I suspect he goes for some value now that Junseok checks. Should be meaningless. Does put some distance between Jinlong and Junseok. Jinlong will take the chip lead.
Yeah, quick fold. Lets it go.
Stacks are spreading out a bit now, Sam. 51, 40. Another pot here and there. The chip lead will be solidified. That's just not how things have been.
No, not at all. Also, hello to Blue Ice joining us once again in chat. Good morning. Chen asking if you should check the river. I think he means the out of position player. Yes.
Yes. Could check raise the turn, though.
Yep. His hand doesn't make sense as a check raise bluff on the river either. You want to be blocking a lot more value than that. But yeah, it's just going to be a check give up sometimes. You got to lose. You can't win every pot. And if you try, it will end poorly.
Well, Chinlong might disagree. And no matter what beats he's taken here and there, does have the chip lead at the moment. Much smaller than it was coming in from the break, but a chip lead nonetheless.
Another quick bet. 350k into the middle.
Mystery hand, let's play along. This is what it feels like to be in John 6
Ah,
shoes. Oh, well,
there it is.
okay, it's an 8. 4 of spades. Bottom pair on the flop will be vulnerable. 2 flush draws possible. Chinlong could check back and realize his equity. That's what he chooses.
Yeah, I like the check back with the 8-3. If you do want to bet those open-enders, you want something like 8-9, so that when your opponent does call with the same open-ender, you get value. Or ace-8. Yeah, nice hand. Justin letting us know that another hand in the high roller, somebody won after defending 7 deuce off in the big blind.
Let's go.
All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to be taking my leave from the booth. I'm jumping into the high roller. I will see you all in 2 hours.
That's generous.
I'll be back. That's what I'm saying.
I meant 2 hours is generous. I expect you back in an hour. I did see Ankit Ahuja, who was in the booth with us yesterday, jump right into a high roller satellite. Actually had an overlay because it had 1 seat guaranteed, 6 players. Shipped it. And so we mentioned the booth run good, Sam. Dave Spade first, finaling the main event. Now Ankit, winning the very next tournament. Did make a very nice call down, heads up with queen high for all the chips against a raise. Some sort of a story being told by Jun Seok. And Chinlong having none of it. Coming along with the king high. Jack of diamonds. The board getting more and more dangerous. Nary a diamond between these two. Who wants to rep what? Some straight blockers as well for Jun Seok. And now the 4, the best hand with 4 diamonds on the board though. Who is left with king high? And he fires and gets the snap fold.
His expression looked like he got the snap call.
I think he was convincingly repping value so much that he looked disappointed he did not get value. Stayed in the bit, as they say.
Yeah. There we are, increasing that lead once again up to 13 million in chips. Climbing his way back up to that over halfway mark.
Well, the tournament for the high roller day 1. We have about 5 minutes left for the break time. So you can start coming back to your table. Please make your way back to the table and take a seat. High roller day 1 restarting in about 5 minutes.
King 10 suited. Very strong. On the button. Queen 5 off, not so much. Can let it go. Suited 9-3 though. Junsuk's play thus far suggests a defense. He's not afraid of playing out of position. Doesn't get too aggressive though out of position. Doesn't go after it. Diamond, but that's about it. 9-3. Left looking like the rags they are.
Yeah, bet. Probably gonna take it down.
Qianlong is just fearless, relentless. All of a sudden, stacks widening. Qianlong almost back up to his peak. Few million away still, but look at the gap. 2 short stacks and 1 big one now. That's how three-handed poker can go, especially with blinds being this high. Just a couple of orbits. We've gone from even stacks to Qianlong retaining his perch. Rough run of cards for Do.
Very nice looking ace-7 of clubs here, Junseok.
He likes raising linearly from the small blind. Last time around it got a jam. From the ace-5 of Qianlong this time. Just a release. Just based on demeanor, Sam, what do you think is the most comfortable right now? Because I'm finding it pretty hard to decide.
I think Qianlong.
Qianlong seems very alert, goes into predator mode anytime he senses a good hand or a steal potential. Do has just been the coolest customer, super focused. He's made some big calls to get to the final table. He's made some moves here. And Junsuk just has a been there, done that attitude that personally I would find the most intimidating. Pocket threes raising on the button. 10-5 comes along. 10-6-6.
Flop's the best of it.
Yeah, and pretty good flop for threes, mind you. Just 2 overcards, one of them paired. Your opponent shouldn't really ever have an overpair beyond the threes, so unfortunate to be facing a 10, drawing near dead.
Yeah, you might face a check raise here from Tianfu. Just a call for now.
Queen of Hearts, not the worst card. Eliminates some kicker issues. You also do expect it to be a card that if Junsuk didn't have any showdown, he might barrel on. Jack 9s, King Jacks. 7 of Hearts now. All the straight draws just connected. Junsuk should know he has the losing hand to the extent he gets checked to, which he does. But he checks behind pretty quick. Has some showdown against the kind of hands that might float. King highs, ace highs. Fair pot going the way of Do Tianwu, but with that, Junsuk is actually bottom in chips. And Qianlong's settlement continues to grow back up. Someone in chat says, cannot beat Qianlong just by calling. They're referring to Junsuk. In a three-handed table like this, yeah, I kind of agree. But poker in general is very difficult to play out of position. Don't forget the ICM. We're talking about a $33,000 pay jump. That's 20 buy-ins. More than 20 buy-ins. 25. And if you start overcommitting out of position, check raising, suddenly you're going to find yourself at risk of elimination. 6-4 suited has to be asking the question if he's been too patient for too long. We've seen him make game flow decisions and he's reaching for his stack. If he's been quiet for a while, what was the expression again? Sitting for a while, now deciding to dance.
Yeah, now it's time to dance.
Now it's time to dance with the 6-4 suited. Good timing for it, facing the Jack 7-0. Living up to the most recent comment in chat, maybe. Cannot beat Jin Long just by calling. Well, how about a raise? Let's it go. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice. Up to 10 million once again.
And the sizing as well, keeping it small. 5 bigs to the 2 opens. Really repping some strength and realizing that Jin Long, although has a propensity to come back over the top in the form of an all-in, at these stack taps, he's not calling 3 bets too wide. And 5 off. Rags on the button. Hasn't costed him anything. Can let it go. But he doesn't seem to be in the mood to do so. Playing the rush, perhaps. Ah, not this time. Jack 3 off. We'll give the walk. And who seems disappointed? You had King 3 Jin Long. It's a walk. You have the chip lead. It's all going okay. 13 million chips. 80,000 USD locked. 2 billion, that is, by the way, in Vietnamese dong. Looking to go for the 4.7 billion up top. Justin reminding us that every time Who went all in, it was about 20 to 25 bigs effective, yeah, perhaps. Yep. Maximizes his fold equity in an ICM spot. Did not work against the Kings, obviously, but has been working for him. And pocket fives, let's test the theory. Yeah, just a call in this case. 30 bigs effective behind for Jun Seok. And 4-3 suited, perhaps getting the right price. Does come along.
Yeah. Thought maybe he had some very sneaky plans, but no. Just a call, I like it.
2.4 million in the middle. 7-7 deuce. About the best flop you can ask for with pocket fives. Some backdoors working for Do as well. No C-bet by O. Another deuce. This is looking pretty good for the fives.
Yeah, you can get 2 straights now from ace high. Goes for the small bet. About 1/3.
It's exploitable. Should be capped. Shouldn't really have sevens or deuces in the small, so how does Jun Seok want to proceed? Just lets it go. The big stack, the rich getting bigger and richer. 1.7 million added, back to 15 million. Where did we start out this heads up? Pardon me, this 3-handed session. Yeah, it's right around the 16.5 million mark where he was. It's been a slow and steady climb back up, but he has almost come back to that peak stack that he had. Approaching 50% of the chips in play.
Yep. Yeah, look at look at that stack. Can you imagine that stack in 5k chips at the beginning of the tournament?
Okay. I mean, why stop there, Sam? We have purples as well.
Yeah.
500s. Just the entire poker floor. John Suk acts quick as always.
Here we go. Let's take a flop. Queen, 5-4. Both players missing here. Jinlong going to check it back here. Does have some back doors, and that is one of them, the backdoor flush draw coming in. Jun Seok with the one big blind bet here. Call, and the 8 on the river gives Jun Seok the best hand. He's going to bet it. That should be the end of the hand. $800K, and who cannot continue. He's going to take a small dent to the stack.
Break time checking. Okay. I just see.
Oh, thank you, Justin, for letting us know in chat. I hit the final table in the double stack. I was just on the floor. There at 11 remaining, so seems appropriate. 3 from Thailand. Very nice to see Thailand have the majority at a final table. They're always so friendly. All right, here we go. Do Tianvu. King 7 off versus Jinlong's Ace 8 suited in the big blind. See if he wants to go for the raise. That looks like a raise. Usually big blind's polar rather than linear, meaning you raise your best hands and some absolute junky ones. This is one of those sort of middling hands, but if he gets value from King 7, then I really like it. Yeah. It's a nice raise there. Do Tianvu getting sticky with the King 7 off. So we take a flop. 9-6 deuce rainbow. Neither player can love it. And this is tough to play. Ace 8. Medium strength hand, out of position, no backdoor, flush draw. He's going to bet out. It's like 850. 1.1 mil. And gets it done. Queen 9 offsuit, not a bad hand, especially three-handed. Do Tianvu with the dominated Queen 5, does not want to see a queen. Interesting flop here. We got an open-ender versus bottom pair. Both players mildly happy with their hands. Bet of 600K. And a call. Off to the turn, it is the king of diamonds, giving Junseok the straight, and Do improving to pair plus straight draw. This could be an expensive hand for Tianvu, depending on the run out. It's a nice hand to go for the check raise with as well. You know, you get value from those Queen 8s, Queen 7 suiteds. Maybe not enough offsuit combos, now that I think about it. Another bet coming in, 700K. Queen 5 can't go anywhere, deciding on a call or a raise. Goes for the call. Off to the river. It's an ace or a 9. Deuce of clubs is not going to do it. Goes for the check. Junseok obviously going to go for the bet, and Tianvu probably just has to fold. I think the 5 isn't a great card to go for the check raise bluff. Having the Queen of Hearts is not bad. It's pretty nice. But I think you want something like Queen 10 or Queen Jack just to block some stronger 2 pairs that could also call you. This bet looks very big. That looks like 2.5. 2.1 million is the bet. See what Tianvu does. Has been known to get sticky a couple times, but bottom pair here, you could be blocking a few bluffs. Let's it go. Junseok going to pick up a massive 6.2 million chip pot, and this is his first time over that 10 million chip mark. Oh no, I think he did cross the 10 mil after the king's hand, didn't he?
I think he had the chip lead at one point, so
The chip lead, really?
close enough. Chip lead by a couple of lines perhaps, but certainly a low point for Tianwu on the table in a while.
Yeah. It's around the same chips that he came into the day with. I think he was sitting on 4 million or so to come in.
3.5. He had a quick ascension though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now 22 bigs. 22, 42, 60-ish. That is quite different from the 3-way tie we had after that crucial kings versus ace-5 suited hand.
Okay, raise and a call from the big blind with a suited connector. Queen in the window. Got shot for Jun Seok. Top pair for Who. Wow, a sneaky check on that flop and turns trips now. Does Jun Seok want to take a stab? No, just checks it.
Oh
And
my
another
God.
check. 10 of hearts on the river.
2 traps set and 2 traps avoided.
Yeah, I really don't like the trap when you get shorthanded. I don't think players are getting anywhere near aggressive enough to warrant them.
Was the right move considering the holdings? That being said,
Well, he's got a gut shot. I think he calls a bet on the flop.
yeah, bet on the flop
Yeah.
for sure. Gut shot and 2 overs to everything but the top pair is certainly coming along. Missed value in that sense. The trap in the turn, though, does not entice. I have a stupid question, Sam. How exactly are they communicating with each other?
Don't know.
Hyunsuk from Korea, Jinlong from China.
I think that was English. I think he said pocket tens. That's what I heard. And I heard 4-bet.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Maybe chat can help. Any idea what they said to each other? Would add some great context for us in the booth. I, for one, want to know everything this man says. Jinlong Hu. Nice pickup. Tien Vu, fearless with his short stack. Queen 4 suited, by the way, 3-handed is actually a stand open, but tough to do it when you're shortest. So tempting to wait around for better holdings. Not Doe's style. Takes it down. Pocket pair on the button. Certainly an easy open. And mind you, there's some ICM pressure on Jun Seok to the extent Jinlong applies it. And let's face it, he's likely to. Depending on what he has, of course. Let's see, small blind. An ace in the small blind. And the chip lead and the middle stack is open from the button. We all know what he's thinking. Does he want to pull the trigger? Goes for the 3-bet, and it's small once again. He's done this before, took it down. In this case, Jun Seok has a pocket pair. Looks like Doe's out of the way already. Action back on Jun Seok, who's helping his opponent bump up the price of the action. Question about payout, 79,000, let's call it 80,000 locked up, as you can tell. 113,000 for second, 185,000 for first. So 105,000 left to play for. There's the bump up, 1.2 million to call. It's actually bigger than I thought. He announced his raise size. That actually makes things much tougher. Let's it go. The pocket 4 is being folded. ICM being respected. How's that for some power poker? $17 million for Who? I think that's a speak. 32 million chips in play. 9-7 suited now. Easy open as the chip leader. Ace-8 suited. Rips it. Who seems shocked? It's going to happen when you're opening most hands. Let's go. This is the final 3 players in the APT Phu Quoc main event. 800 of you with us on YouTube. Some more on Facebook as well. Still following after and despite the elimination of the Filipino favorite, Dave Spade. 80,000 locked. 185 up top. We're playing down to the winner today. Today is the second last day of the series and the coverage. The 2-day high roller is where we give out our 3rd Mega Lion, the bronze one. It has kicked off day 1. I think approaching 100 runners at this point.
Ace queen, ace queen. Comes the re-raise. Whoa, that was fast. They're all in. Look at this. All the suits are unblocked. 4 different suits.
All in and a call. Here are the APT main event final 3 players. We've got Ace Queen versus Ace Queen. Who's at risk? Pardon me for asking. Vu is at risk with Ace Queen. He just needs to fade 4 diamonds and 4 clubs, but this will most likely be a chop. The flop, please. Okay, chop it up. Whenever you're ready, Queenie, just turn in river, please. Go ahead, Queenie, the turn. And there's the inconsequential turn. And Queenie, the inconsequential river.
No, you should get back. Just chop my end here.
Shocker, it's a chop.
Chop.
Chop it up. They chop up the blinds and antes. Good result.
Well, that was a little bit of excitement.
Well, you know, till the flop.
Yeah.
Always nice to see Greg, though. Holding down the fort during the all-ins at the table. On break, I do get to see the table. We both do, as it is in the middle of the floor. It is super exciting. A bit of a rail develops on every all-in. Whole floor. Every other outer table playing different events. Pays attention.
Yeah. We do have the TVs out there, so you can just watch from anywhere on the floor. Big LED screens do show all the action. It's a really cool addition to have. Here we go, ace 4, 6. Jin Long's jack 4 will take the lead here.
Justin in chat says, I choose to believe there were only 2 Mega Lions. This series, if it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. I feel you, Justin. Let me get back to that, because I do echo your thoughts. Flush draw emerge, but now the 4 ends up with the check mark. Could this be yet another extension of the stack? Do not see how Tien Wu can pick this one up, so he's going to be down to 6.35 million. Yes, even worse for me, Justin. I was actually on a quick trip back home to India while the Super High Roller was happening, and couldn't believe that I couldn't watch the coverage. Phu Quoc has been on the shorter side when it comes to the stream. That being said, the festival was full size. Started on the 8th. 10 days of poker, 80 plus events. Baby lions and lions everywhere. Silhouettes. Megas. What else do we have, Sam?
Babies.
Babies, yes. We need some new chat lions, right?
Oh, we also have some online ones as well coming in.
APT Online, that's right.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to be the same trophy. Do you know?
No clue. I hope so. Or do I hope so? Do we want to separate live and online?
Maybe. They have a little bit different. Because I feel like the live ones are a bit more prestigious.
Pocket Sevens finds the 3-bet and gets the 10-5 suited to release ASAP.
Yeah.
Justin says Ayush Arya is on the double stack final table for India. Pretty cool. Well-known poker pro from India. So double stack is in the FT. It's only 4:42 p.m., mind you. We're down to 3. Sam and I have seen our share of short and long final tables. Let's see. Manila, pretty short. Daniel Lee
Short, yep.
running away with it.
I think Taipei was just over a medium one.
Okay. Jeju, though. Long one.
Yeah, very long one.
Five-handed was nuts.
Oh my goodness, like 4 or 5 hours of five-handed, and then
Everybody in five-handed at one point was bottom and top
yeah,
of the chip count.
and then from there straight down to three-handed, and then two-handed in seconds. Double
Exactly.
elimination. All right, King Jack of clubs here, raising it up. Big blind will defend with the suited 9. Queen, Jack, 9. Junsuk's Jack away in the lead here. Small bet. Who caught just enough to continue here.
Yeah, no folding and a heads up. Just to say blind battle. Pot. Four of
Ooh,
hearts.
close.
Close indeed to the 3. Since we are heads up, Junsuk making an excellent continue here.
Yeah.
This is for value, mind you. Wants to charge draws, single hearts. All the straight draws still within Jin Long's range. Any naked 10, even naked kings. Gets the fold. The poker floor here at the Corona Resorts is full. Buzz in the air. You can see the feature table all the way at the back, as well as the screen. To those of you who couldn't join us, that's what you missed out on. Keep an eye out on the schedule, the socials, as we finalize our 2025 schedule, especially the first couple of series. Looking likely to be Manila and Taipei, but everything a bit TBD. LFG Junsuk, says Justin Shin in the chat. Is that who I think it is?
Probably.
Justin? Frequent site at the APT.
I'm surprised Google can translate that. Hey? Here, let me take a look on my screen. It's just Korean characters.
Ah,
Didn't know
okay.
it could do names.
Yeah, it does do names. I thought you meant the LFG part.
Oh. No.
I was like, there's probably a direct translation for that.
No, that one's typed in English.
Quick bet. Once more this time. It's just a semi-bluff with a 9-high flush draw, but the deuces do come along. Did he make a bit of an expression before calling? Certainly expected to fold after the grimace, but correctly comes along. The ace of spades. 4-liner on the board. The flush draw came in on the turn. Fifth pair for Tian. And there's a bunch of the 250s being grabbed. And I don't see how the King Deuce can hold on.
Wow.
And right as I say that, it's been snapped correctly. What a pot and what a showdown. Oh, yes, sir. Take a walk after that call.
Wow. Just snap called. Bottom pair on such a wet connected board. I think he even loses to a few bluffs. You know, King 3 of clubs with the King of clubs comes to mind.
My goodness.
But also the speed at which Jun Seok bet that river. You know, you got to think about, okay, does my opponent have any 4 in his range here? You know, I think maybe betting too fast might have done it for him.
Yeah, and once the ace comes in, if you did have a flush, which is to say a main hand that would quickly be able to bet on the river, probably are going to be sizing up, targeting the straights. But don't forget the speed with which Do Tien Vu put it all together as well.
Yeah.
Snaps it and takes a well-deserved walk. King Jack off is mighty strong three-handed.
Right, 9, 3, 7. Middle pair for Jun Seok. Check, check. Ace of diamonds on the turn.
Sam, someone named Kai in chat, perhaps summing it up. Never bluff Vietnam.
I have heard that quite a few times. As one of my friends says, he says, it's suicidal to bluff an Asian.
That doesn't bode well for the Asian Poker Tour. Your friend needs to come and play. We have all sorts.
Yeah.
9 of hearts. 7 should feel a bit more confident. Okay, someone going emoji crazy in the chat.
I like this with an I.
Yeah.
Nice hand. Step 4.
Do you have a good idea, Sam?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Do you lay it on a bit thick, accent-wise?
No. I just go, That's it, just in my Canadian accent.
I did watch Greg Goes All In's latest video. Uncle Reggie
Yep.
was featured.
That was a good one.
Has some solid fuyos and ayas and the likes. Almost 1,000 of you watching us. Second last day of the festival, last day of the final table of the main event. Would love it if you could hit subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. We will take a bit of a break as we close out what has been a fantastic year for the APT. All thanks to the players and indeed all of you watching. The stream has gone from strength to strength. The festival's the same. Could be a while till we come back, so hitting subscribe lets YouTube know that you'd like to know when we do. Brown Spade asks next destination. It's all TBD Brown Spade. Wait for the announcements, but I suspect it's going to be Manila and Taipei. Very, very tentative. No dates yet. Follow the socials and do hit subscribe. That way you will be updated. YouTube community notes also. Ankit asking the same question. Can't say for sure, Ankit. From what's been hinted towards us in the booth here, Manila looking likely. When? Should be early on in the year. I heard rumblings of Chinese New Year, but it's all to be decided, so make sure you follow us. Hope to see you there.
Wow, and a call from Jun Seok out of position here. Missing who's raised. Just the gut shot. 4 is not going to help him. Check on the river. He's going to lose to a 5. That one hurts.
And first draw with 4. When first draw, relay.
Those are 250s. Currently, it is the big blind. Wrapping 6 buy-ins in terms of starting stacks. And a bit more. Each blind demands 6 souls, 6 entries. So wait, what does that make every blind worth? About $9,000?
Yeah.
Wow. Wild to think about.
Justin wants to see a series in Phu Quoc next year during WSOP with only main events and small buy-ins. Why is that, Justin? We don't have too many high rollers here, but it does attract a few.
Well, we had 47 runners for the baby superstar. 4,500 USD buy, give or take. Anthony Wood asking the same question. TBD, Anthony. Seems likely. Rumors are to be believed, but for now, no confirmations. And this should get expensive for everyone involved.
Yeah.
How about just a stack of yellows?
See, 2.1 million seems huge, but it's only 7 bigs, which is not very much. Wow, King 9 is going to come along out of position here.
Jun Seok loves calling 3 bets.
That is very wide. You're going to be dominated so often here. Even some bluffs are going to dominate you. Ace 9, King Jack, King 10.
And look at the SPR, Sam. 1.4 or so. King.
Oh, no.
4 Jack. This could just be curtains for Jun Seok with the loose call pre-flop. This is about to get very tricky to navigate. And mind you, to the extent Junsuk thinks he's good and decides to go for it, it could be over quickly.
Yep. See what the turn is.
Under 1 SPR now. The turn a heart.
I still think it makes sense just for Who to jam here. Yeah, I think you just want to get it in here. I really hope he doesn't check this back.
Not
There's the bet.
Jinlong style. And how much damage will Junsuk be able to take with the King 9?
I reckon he's already called. Almost. He's piled the stack.
Yeah, this is actually
2.5.
slow for him. This fold is next to impossible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, after you've defended King 9 against this opponent,
Oh my goodness, look at this. He's going to need a 9 and only a 9. Maybe some kind of heart will save him on the river. Oh, that could just save the remaining 3.6 million in his stack. It does. It goes check, check, and Hu Jinglong, 21 million in his stack. Oh my goodness.
I win. I win.
Who with the squeeze from the big, getting the extremely loose defense. Usually when you squeeze, you're actually targeting the overcaller, and in this case, it's the King 9 off that came along. And Jinlong seems perturbed and not getting all of it.
Yeah, if he jam turn, he does get all of it. Decides to go for the 2.5 million, and it's going to put himself up at 71 big blinds. 66% of the chips in play is in front of that one man there.
The Who train seems to know no stops. Crossing 20 million, 2/3 of the chips in play. Do cannot help but smile. That being said, now with just a 3.6 million stack, there is some serious ICM to consider. 33,000 is the pay jump. It's a beautiful 360 shot as we see the floor from the player's perspective. Yeah, Junsuk looks a bit deflated. Cannot blame him. Needs to get his game face on there. It's far from over. He's come back from 5 million. Time to come back from 3.5.
Hu Jinlong going for the all-in here. 21 big blinds, but knows that he can put Tien Vu in a very rough spot, given Junsuk's 11 or so big blind stack.
Now he's having fun. He's hyper ICM aware, so never shies away from putting in
This is where he shines. Is that 20
This
to
is
25 big blind effective?
where he shines, indeed. His strategy is, if you look up a solver, all balanced across all stack depths, and then 20 to 25 big blinds effective.
All
It's
in.
just all lit up, all pink, all in. Any two cards will do.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of plaques.
Tan in chat is summarizing the strategy, and I'm going to repeat it in a more sanitized way because it is essentially what's going on here. Man from China, Jinlong, can bully the man from Korea, and the man from Vietnam can just sit around waiting for the pay jump. And what a pay jump it is. 33,000 USD.
Yeah, but the thing is, you'll be down to 7 bigs.
I know, but what
Yeah.
can you do? I mean, are you going for the win? The ICM pressure is real. Obviously,
I don't think Tien cares about that, just judging from his ace-8 call with 30 bigs yesterday, and as well the bottom pair call here on the 3 flush 4 straight board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tien Vu is going to be quite unaffected.
I don't know, Sam. $33,000 affects a lot.
It does.
The biggest pay jump.
Oh, he's got a
obviously.
Ferrari. Hoodie, I'm sure he's got the real thing too.
Is that how it works?
But what's 30K? A scratch on his car?
By that logic, I went to Harvard.
There you go.
22 million is 2/3 of the chips in play. Chen Long-ho in control.
Oh, nice to see our friend Renee in chat. Having space problems on final table is a good problem. I'd say so. Oh, there we go. Pocket Kings. Junsook sitting on 12 blinds. Hopefully he can win some back.
That's how he doubled up initially.
It is. Kings versus Ace-5 suited. For a big pot, 40-something blinds. This might just be his hand.
Nine four of spades will defend. A trap. Good time for it by the Pocket Kings on the 5-5-10 board. It's short stack versus short stack. The 9-4 suited does not take the bait. And now, the bet, the delayed C bet, gets the job done. They're tied. They've both seen these stack depths before, have come back from it. Will Hu Jinlong give them a shot? A 106 big blinds in play. 73 with Hu.
All right, Queen Deuce offsuit getting in the mix from Jin Long. Knows that both these players are going to be on quite a bit of pressure, but does have to worry about getting jammed on. King 4 is going to hit the muck. 8-7 off. Will continue. Great flop for the 8-7 here. Top pair with the gut shot, backdoor flush draw. Who, with very little connectivity here, just checks it back quickly. 10 of diamonds on the turn. Check, check, and the 9 of spades on the river. And just checks it down. And Junseok is going to win. Jeez, 21 million, 5 mil, 5 mil.
You know what I'm sensing, Sam?
What?
Some all-ins are coming.
I think you might be right, Vidir.
Especially as he can play the stacks off each other. It's not exactly his 21 to 25 big blind sweet spot, but arguably should be even more effective.
Yeah.
Both stacks between 15 and 20 bigs. Both stacks have incredible ICM pressure.
Yeah, You know, busting first does really stuck.
Dream spot for Hu Jin Long. Has exceeded his best ever cash. 600k on his hand and mob. Not always accurate if you're from China, hand and mob that is, but in this case he would be launching himself to well past 750,000 if he can ship this one.
Yep.
Queen 8 off versus Jack 10 suited. Fair fight as per the equities, 51-49. Do in position. Eight and a queen, as well as an ace. Double gut shot versus bottom two.
This could be a big one. 1.7 mil in the pot.
And Do has continuation betted, does not block any of these cards. Just a call if there is no 9 or no king. Question is Do able to get to the river cheap? Comes the 7 of clubs. And Jin Long seems not to be too worried. He's checked in flow.
This is not a bad hand to shove in Do's shoes.
He does shove. And the snap
Wow.
call with the 2 pair and cards on their backs. Do Tien Bu at risk.
APT main event. We're all in on the turn. Jack 10 is at risk with a double gut shot versus 2 pair. Vu from Vietnam is all in at risk with Jack 10. He needs a 9 or a king to stay alive for his tournament life.
Just look at Jun Suk Oh
Megan, when
sweating
you're
the
ready.
33k page up.
The River of Dreams.
One
The
card away.
river. Is the 3 of clubs. Folks, please give it up for Vietnam's 3rd place finisher of the main event, Vu Do Tien.
What a performance by the man in red. A fan favorite, certainly for us in the booth as well. His playing style, composure, vibe. I'm a fan. Not to mention, walks away with 80,000 USD. A deep run to cement what could be a budding poker career. Believe he's an actor in his home country. The last representation of the Vietnamese contingent has left us, and Hu Jin Long, 88 bigs in his stack. Quick math there, almost a 5-1 chip lead as we are now heads up in the APT Phu Quoc main event. No deals are on offer, which means 113,000 locked up, and it's going to be Hu Jin Long versus Jun Suk Oh from South Korea, battling it out to take home the 185,000 up top, as well as the APT Lions. You can see the previous champions on the left who will join the ranks. We will find out very shortly as we set up for heads up. It's going to be a 10-minute break, and after that we will come and close out this glorious main event. Do not go anywhere. We will see you on the other side.
versus Ace Queen suited. Dave Spade Erquiaga from the Philippines is flipping for his tournament life. 5 players left in the main event. He just needs to fade the Ace, Queen, and a bunch of hearts. Jenny, the flop. Flop is Queen, Jack, 3. Ace, Queen takes the lead. Dave needs a deuce. He needs a deuce of spades, deuce of clubs. Nothing else will do. Jenny, the turn. Is the king of clubs. Doesn't change much. David needs a spade. Pardon me. David needs a deuce. Deuce of spades works as well. Jenny, River of Dreams for Dave's tournament life. Folks, please give it up for your 5th place finisher of the APT main event. Is all in for his tournament life. Four-handed in the APT main event. Cut off open. He jammed 15 big blinds from the big blind with King 10 offsuit, King 9 offsuit. Tang from Australia is all in for his tournament life with King 9 offsuit versus Ace 8 of spades. He needs to find a king or a 9. Jenny, the flop. Flop comes Ace 8 5. King 9 way behind. Needs to find perfect, runner. The turn will seal the deal. Jenny, the river whenever you want. And folks, that will be 4th place for Tan Ming Trong of Australia. I see an all-in call here at the final table. Who's got pocket kings?
Welcome back to the APT main event. We are down to heads up in the main. This is what it all comes down to, the business end of all business ends. And the story has been the man from China, Jin Long, who has been putting on a clinic in aggression and has landed up with a 5-1 chip lead heading into the heads-up battle. 113,000 locked up for both players. No deals were on the table due to regulations, and perhaps none would have been made anyway because we're playing for 185,000 USD up top thanks to the $1 million prize pool. My name is Vidar Singhal, joined in the booth by Sam Insole. It's going to be fun as we see whether Jin Long Hu can close this one out the way he seems to have vacuumed up the chips from the entire table. But putting up a fight will be the man from South Korea, Jun-Suk Oh. Has been navigating so adeptly this entire final table. Came in second in chips as we see Greg and Elfin present the Golden Lion.
APT main event. Out of 795 entries, we're down to our final two players, Hu Jin-long from China and Oh Chun-sok from South Korea. Let's check in with our players.
你好，现在身为筹码领先者，感觉心情怎么样？
很开心，很兴奋，很激动。
有什么话想要跟你的对手说吗
拿个亚军挺好的。
？OK，
Thank you so much, Elfin. And Oh Chun-sok, anything you want to say to your friends and family back home?
예, 많이 응원해 주셔서 감사합니다. 파이팅 할게요.
Okay, fighting. Good luck, gentlemen. And dealer, whenever you're ready, let's shuffle up and deal.
Shuffle up and deal. Look at the stack on the right hand side of your screen. The biggest chip we have is the 250k plaque. As a result, that stack is just so out of line. About 80% of the chips in play, in fact a bit more, so should be about 26 million or so. That is a settlement right in front of Jinlong, who the golden lion. This is the one to play your heart out for. As we head to the first hand of heads up. Lions 150, 300. As we see the first flop, 9-8-5, top pair for the short stack. Exactly what he wants to see. The premium pre-flop now reduced to 2 overs. Goes check, check. Ace King. Jinlong could get attached. Only 2 bigs being asked for. Top pair for Jun Seok. Managed to get the ladder after being extremely short 3-handed. Has locked up a career best 113K. Exceeding his previous career best. He's crossed 900,000 on his hand and mob with this score. Can he go all the way and almost touch a million? The bounce back needed for the man from South Korea. Certainly looks to be putting up a fight. 5.5 million in his stack. We saw a comeback from this stack depth when we were 3-handed. Now heads up. Anything possible. Even a 5-1 chip lead is shockingly quick in terms of how many all-ins you need. Just 2 all-ins and you're back. Ace Jack suited. We'll get the fold. For those of you in chat who have been supporting these two, there have been plenty. Some of them recent convertees to the Jinlong Hu fan train. Can't say I blame them. Has been extremely entertaining to watch. Now's the time. Let's get that support going.
So, Vidur, how much experience do you think these two players have playing heads up for 70,000?
Well, it's something you got to learn at some point.
Oh, here we go. All in with King 4, Ace 4 in amazing shape here. You cannot fold an ace for 20 big blinds heads up.
It's not even 20, Sam. 15 or so.
Yep. 75% here has him dominated.
Mr. All-In has jammed the
That
King
stack
4.
is so demoralizing. Does he have his little player's tag?
Oh my goodness,
wow.
Jungsook has let it go. You just asked me a question, Sam. How much heads-up experience do they have? I think Junseok's lack of heads-up study showing. Against the likes of Jinlong, Ace 4 is nutted heads up.
I like the player's card stacked like that in between the blacks. I think it's a really cool look.
A golden opportunity perhaps missed. Ace 4 would have been in tremendous shape to get up to over 11 million there.
May have just been a bit too worried about something like pocket fives, pocket sixes that do play the same way. You know, and then you get it in with only 30-something%.
Yeah, but it's Jinlong who?
The man shoves 20 big blinds.
Hundreds of hands play the same way.
All right, Ace 4 again. Redemption. Another chance at it.
No shove, just an open.
Ooh, 6-4-3. Both players catching a piece here. Open ender. It's a very strong one too. Or no, the 5. Or sorry, yeah, the 7 will give him a higher straight.
Yeah, open ender to the nuts and one over as well, and he's the one firing, donking at it. Quick call. That's the kind of calls Junseok has been making all tournament. The quick variety. Middle pair, best kicker, 3 million in the pot, 3.4 in his stack. Surprised to see no jam there, mind you, with the kind of board this is. Super wet. Too many scare cards possible. 10 of spades, perhaps not one of them. All in, he says, with the 8 high, and I just don't see how Junseok can let this go. If he was ahead on the flop, he's still ahead. There's hands that Jinlong might be playing this way for value that he's ahead of. 5-4 comes to mind. Perhaps weaker fours than the ace kicker as well.
Does lose to a lot of 6X that's going to play this way. And I think who's going to play most of them this way is top pairs. Oh, that was close. Almost a call.
He has the ace of diamonds, but when you're this shallow, I don't think the blockers play as much of a role. His opponent is extremely aggressive. This would be a very bad one to lay down. He has 68% equity to double up.
That's very surprising, only 68%, but it is against 2 overs and the open ender.
All of those outs are live, as we can see. Nothing mucked or burnt. Obviously, we're heads up, so...
I don't think we count for burn cards.
Oh, we don't count for burn?
No.
Okay.
There it is.
All in, and a call here at the main event. Heads up. Phu Jinlong jams the turn with an open.
Nice call from Junseok.
Calls with a pair of 4s. He needs to fade the 7, the deuce,
This could be it.
the 8.
32%.
7, deuce, or 8. He needs to fade. Oh Junseok with ace 4 offsuit, all in for his tournament life. Needs to fade the 8, the 7, the deuce. Megan, the turn. The river, 10 of diamonds. And that's a double up for Oh Junseok. Sorry, Megan, when I said turn, I really meant the river.
Thank you, Greg. And yeah, very, very big double up there for Junseok. 68%. You know, that is a sweat for 72,000 USD. But now he's up to 10 mil. He's got himself 33 big blinds, and there's a lot of play heads up at 33 blinds. Still half an hour to go to the next level. It is our biggest jump at 33%.
We're almost at 2-1, Sam. One heads up, and one all in rather heads up. And the stacks would flip.
Yep.
That's how close heads up always is. 5-1 gets converted to almost 2-1. It ain't over till it's over. This is living proof. Tons of those yellows make their way to the left-hand side of the table. Let's go is the attitude. Don't suck. Says now we have a match. Jinlong. 70K USD. Let's go. Let's battle. Shinsuko, by the way, would be the first South Korean to win an APT Lion.
Yes. Yep.
And
Which is
South Korea-
surprising because we see a lot of South Koreans join us in Manila.
I was thinking the same thing.
Ooh.
This is for all of them, you know? First off, let me point out that Junsuk has over 30 bigs. So no all-in from who?
No. Goes for the call here.
It's a trap.
Ace 6-5, King Queen still in the lead here. Very strange line here. Going for the check raise. He's got quite a bit of showdown value. So you're never getting called by worse. And you're never folding out better. It's literally like the medium hand. So, I don't know about that one. I think a re-raise pre-flop is a bit preferable. You can definitely get called by worse there.
The deficit now under 2-1 for Junsuk. Oh. All of a sudden, it all looks doable. One all in, chip lead. Another one, Mega Lion. That's all you need to do.
King Queen again.
Note for the future, keep the Mega Lion all the way to the back of the table so that the stacks can be eyed. But he did just touch it for good luck, I think.
Yeah. 900K, wow, big raise for a heads-up match.
If he feels he's lacking some heads-up experience, he could actually start opening bigger.
Yeah.
Increases the variance, bloats the pots, but we are plenty deep. Shinsuko just doing everyone's job at the moment. Seems very antsy. Whatever it'll take to get to the next hand, let's do it.
Here we go, an ace for Jinlong. Still with a mountain of chips. And takes it down. All right, 6-5 off. Going for the limp here. Nice hand to check back. Here we are. Let's take a flop. 9-4 deuce. Middle pair for Jin Long. Open gut shot for Jun Seok. He's going to fire at it. 450. And a quick call from Hu. Ooh, 2 pair now for Jin Long, and Jun Seok improving to a double gut shot here. Let's see if he wants to continue barreling. He does. This pot could get big. Like 1.2 million is the bet. That is a chunky bet. All in? Oh, that's too much. Don't think Jun Seok can call this. He most likely put him on an overpair or something like ace-9. Trying to cooler those holdings versus an open-ender. Don't think he can continue. We are. Another pot headed Jin Long's way, up to 22 million. Justin, chat. Closest a Korean came to a Megaline was the very first golden one when Soo Bum Kim took the lead from Punat. Yeah, I think that was like a 7-1 chip deficit. And Punat came back to take home the golden lion to Thailand. We have seen quite a few of those in Heads Up. Joseph Cheong and Terry Tang in the Superstar Challenge, I believe in Jeju, was also a 7-1 chip deficit. Joseph coming in with something like 9 big blinds. Managed to take it home. Very nice flop here for Jin Long. Middle pair, gut shot. Checks it back. Ace on the turn. Check, check again. Off to a river. Oh, sorry, he has not checked. Almost got to bet, but Jun Seok just releases his jack high there. Sun Jiok's going to bet here, 1.5 big blinds. Hu going nowhere with his flop top pair. There are 2 flush draws out there, a lot of bad rivers, but raising doesn't make much sense. And we go to river. The 7 of clubs, the front door flush does come in. Check, check. The jack is going to take it. Jin Long doing a very good job increasing his chip lead. Up to 23 million in chips now. King, Jack, 10. Jun Seok's time to take the lead here. Very strong hand here, middle pair and a flush draw. 8 high flush. Check, check. Does make the flush on the turn. Gonna check it over. Ooh, not gonna fire at this. 7 of clubs on the river. Check, and does Jin Long want to bluff at this? Nope, gives it up. Good timing too. Gets away for the minimum.
Maintains 3-1.
Yeah.
Ideal.
Justin asking if I'm going to jump into the 118 USD bomb pot turbo after this. I don't know. I don't know if I want to play a turbo bomb pot.
Sam, what's gotten into you?
It's my last day with my scooter, so I kind of want to just go for a scoot. Maybe visit Oyster Bar. And then I have 2 videos to edit that I really need to get done, which have been bugging me, so I might behave, go to Oyster Bar, do some work, sit by the ocean.
And are you saying that's a better way to spend $118
I'm
than
not going to spend 118 at Oyster Bar.
than going straight to the flop? Straight to the flop, Sam. Straight to the flop.
I know, I know. I'll have 100% VPIP.
Nice float here. Bottom pair. Continues to string along the 6 high, which is now drawing dead. But the king does present another over, and in comes the double barrel. Gut shot as well, though, for Jun Seok. Could be enough for him to hang on. Never mind, it's hit the mark. Power poker.
Wow. Justin saying that you, Vidur, have to take the mantle and play and win.
Straight to the
bomb
flop.
pot.
Let's go.
Straight to the flop, straight to the final table.
I've actually done that at a few mixed games as well. They weren't that well attended. Within a few hands, final table photo.
Yeah. Greg and I were playing one where there was only 6 entrants, and we're like, sweet, final table photo. And then we come back from the break, which is when you can max late reg, and then there were 10 people. 4 people max late reg. So
There's
Greg
final-
was the shortest stack on the final table bubble.
There's final table photo equity for the max late fetch.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, this is just getting so tense. King 9 making the big raise. Oh, Jinlong Hu just rips it. He loves going all in. He is balanced, doing so with his premiums as well. Does Junsu call this off with just a king and a 9? He has 20 bigs in his stack. It would be way too much to call, mind you. The jam is over a big open. He's been wrong before against Hu. He's been right plenty of times as well. Can he make the laydown that looks harder than it is?
I think for
Cons-
20 bigs, you're going to be dominated a bit too often here.
Yeah. I will say, Sam, in terms of heads up towards the end of the tournament, there is this little part of your brain that just wants it to be over. I mean, it's a bit subconscious.
Yeah.
Daniel Negreanu tells this story as the graphics have glitched. Bear with us for a moment. Oh, there we see the fold has been made. Well done by Junsuko.
Yeah.
Lets it go. Maintains the 20 big stack. I think we're about back to where we started the heads-up battle with, so...
Sorry, go back to what you're saying. What does Negreanu describe it as?
Yeah, so Negreanu was talking about Scotty Nguyen.
Yeah.
Appropriate, perhaps, considering we're in Vietnam. Main event winner from Vietnam. Vietnamese-American, of course. And he has one of the best clips in poker of all time. This will stand the test of time. Holds up his beer, looks at his opponent. There's a full house on the board. He actually does have the 9 on the 99888 board.
Okay.
So after check calling the turn, and once the full house completes, goes all in on the river
Yeah.
and just tells his stands up, holds his beer, and says, "You call, and it's gonna be all over, baby." And his opponent does make the call playing the board. So Negreanu talks about that moment and says, Scotty with his speech play put it into his opponent's head that, you know what, if I call, it's over. Like, this will be it. Probably I'm chopping. That's the biggest part of it.
Yeah. Very small pot for this flush over flush here.
Yeah, the check call with the 9 of diamonds. Not exactly all over, baby, but back within the 4-1 range. So yeah, coming back to it, you know, there is this subconscious part of your brain. The tension could not be higher. 70,000 USD on the line. You've been just battling as a short stack. And as a result, I give a lot of credit to the King 9 fold, even though it looks easy. Against this opponent, you can convince yourself of all kinds of things. Justin in chat points out Jinlong has been doing this with pocket 4s, Queen, Jack off. King 9 doesn't need to be behind. Ace Jack now for Junsuko. Poker gods are not quite done yet. Dealing premiums when needed.
We'll get the dominated Jack 8 to call in the big blind here. Go King 9-4 on the flop. Ace Jack still way in the lead here.
Small bet in position with the best hand. Junlong does not resist.
Good time to give it up as well. Did have some back doors, you know. Could have considered a check raise.
I thought that's what he was going for, and I wonder if it would have gone through. As it stands, Jun-Suk has improved on the stack he came into heads up with. That's not a bad result. 3-1. Very surmountable. 1 all in is all it would take for the chip lead. And when you're facing Mr. All In, certainly on the cards. Either way, I think both these players have put on an incredible show. Don't forget, Jun-Suk came in second in chips, but decided to take up that chip leader mantle. Had a very high VPIP at the start of the final table. That is how he accumulated enough chips to withstand some of the blows he took later on.
Yeah.
Then became the short stack. I love how he outlasted the Vietnamese player Do Tien Vu.
Yeah.
Getting the pay chump, coming into heads up. Now 3-1. I mean, as fair as a shot as one could ask for to ship it all. Ten high is bluffing at it. 1.3 bigs. Is the gut shot enough? 7 high. Needs to conserve some of his stack as well. Too early to lay it down. Does like just calling out of position and sort of chasing or perhaps resisting, but does get expensive.
Yeah, especially with how aggressive Hu is.
To 5 gives the best hand 93% of the times if it goes to showdown.
Check back from Jinlong. Board is getting a little bit connected. 3 of diamonds on the turn. Might bluff at it now.
Jinlong is left with 10 high. The obvious straight draw of the 8-7 did complete on the turn. Goes check though. Momentum-wise, a crucial pickup. 8.4 million now in Jun-Suk's stack. Getting above that 10 million milestone is crucial. Feels like the 2-1 allows you to just not be bullied as much in heads up. After all, your opponent can't risk doubling you up, losing the chip lead.
Yep.
Would still be the case, mind you. Under 3-1, 2.5 to 1 to be precise. Who we feeling, chat? Any favorites? The man with the chip lead or the man who's fighting back? I missed a chat from Justin earlier. He says that the closest a Korean came to a Mega Lion was the very first golden one. And Subam Kim took the lead from Punat from a ridiculous heads-up deficit. I remember that very well. I think the stacks going into heads-up were 75 to 7 bigs.
Yeah.
And 3 hours later, maybe 2.5 hours later, Subam Kim had made up for the chip deficit. And actually got it all in good. Oh, look at this. Ace is facing a limp. Has Jun-Suk limped with the intention of coming back over the top? In which case, this could all be over. He did show a tendency to not overplay aces heads up. He is going to raise it. Music to Jinlong's ears. Is this the moment?
$2 mil. Looks like a call, setting the trap.
The dream run continues for Jinlong. Aces going up against ace 3 off in position. Let's see how this proceeds. Queen 9-7, very wet board. Jun-Suk does have the ace of hearts.
I will say, I don't think Jinlong wants to win, because then his winner's photo has aces.
What does he want, you think? Queen Jack?
7 deuce.
By the way, he's checked it, perfectly played, and in comes the c-bet.
Yeah.
If Jin Long can find the flat, he will still
I
have
think
a
he's
lock.
going to jam.
Well, he does love jamming, Mr. All In.
Yeah. Hoping he just goes for the call here. He's got his opponent drawing basically dead here.
Brown Spade asks whether they made a deal. No deal, sir.
Oh, is going for the check raise. No more trap. Wow, is he going to get ace 3 to continue?
I just don't see it.
No.
You hate folding with the ace of hearts, but 5.6 million in your stack would do well to avoid disaster. That's 19 bigs. Given Junsuk's propensity to call 3-bets, I wonder what would have happened if Jin Long raised more pre-flop. That being said, he only has one move, all in, so maybe ace 3 would have folded, considering we saw an early fold heads up with an ace. Yeah, lets it go. Avoids the full disaster, but back down to the stack he started heads up with.
Lines will be going up in 2 minutes. Big jump, 200K, 400K. Who just jams? Gets a nice fold.
He's seen the charts. Any king, ante in play, under 20 bigs, rip, rip, rip. Or maybe he hasn't seen any charts, and it's just Jin Long Hu. Mr. All In. Look at the towers in front of that man. Can Junsu go gravitate some of them towards his side of the table?
Oh, ace 5 suited, all in, and a fold.
This is starting to look a bit one way again. 5.5 to 1 now. Junsuk needs to take a stand on the button right now. Sam, you were discussing a ton about the anti-structure. It is extremely crushing if you're the short stack heads up.
Yep.
I did like the discussion. I certainly think heads up would completely change the dynamic. For now, you do have to post 2 bigs in the form of the ante when you're in the big blind.
Yep.
As a result, Jin Long's jams are just so much more expensive. And they're going to get wider and wider. There we go. The 9-5 suited, I called it. And the 5-3 has to let it go. I don't think you can get wider than that.
I think he's just going to be shoving any 2 now.
Yeah, at this point, perhaps, trying to steal the 2 in the middle. 4.1 million in Junsuk's stack. New milestone in the form of 6.5 to 1. Who versus Oh. I've been resisting, by the way, and I've made no puns about the fact that Jinlong's name is Heads Up, HU.
Oh, yeah. Blinds have gone up. 200K, 400K. Really going to eat into his stack.
What's he down to here? 10 bigs and change. As
Yep.
opposed to the small. So 10 bigs exactly. Should be shoving, honestly, any queen at this point. Any queen, any suited connector should find its way into the middle. 10-4 suited, though. Theoretically, not correct, but momentum-wise, could consider it. It's only marginally minus EV, but he lets it go. It could have worked.
Yeah, I think I like a limp there. You get jammed on, you only lose half a blind.
Yeah, but limping against Jinlong, who is...
Yeah, then you start setting traps, because if you just all of a sudden you limp after folding 8 in a row, yeah, that's going to be suspicious.
The first one is never a trap, I find. I mean, Jinlong just shoved 9-5 suited. I think the half big blind conserved, hoping for a double perhaps. 2 of them will be committed. It's getting tough. It's going to have 8 left. That's going in, suited queen.
Yeah.
9-7 off.
Can't call.
Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. 3.1 million. Shorter stack than he came into the final table with.
Yeah. Well, we've seen somebody come back from this exact deficit.
Yep.
Yep.
Indeed we have. Also a Korean. Did not close it out, but certainly came close. For the APT Golden Lion, this time facing not someone from Thailand, but from China. Jinlong looking to repeat what Luo Shishak did in APT Jeju. APT Golden Mega Lion victory. Oh goodness. 7-3 off.
That sucks to look down on.
Chun-Suk Oh has been card dead, but that's what happens when you have a short stack. 10-1 now. Certainly not impossible, but veering towards highly improbable. If he loses a couple more blinds, Jinlong, who can honestly just get it in a few times and hope to get lucky blind. That being said, Sam, I play a lot of heads-up sit-and-goes, as you know, and I've taken many, many, many 10-1 chip deficit beats. It's very much doable. Few all-ins, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
And mind you, when you're short, your opponent has to commit short as well, so you can get it in good very often. Queen 8 now going to rip. Oh my goodness, 7-6 off.
This is getting hard to watch.
I mean, I'd
It's
have
like,
to
it's
look
like
at
a half-alive gazelle, and he's just beating it.
It might just be a call, given the odds, mind you. 800k he's committed. He needs to call 2.1 to win what I suspect would be close to 4.
Yeah.
He won't have any fold equity on the next hand, so it's tough. Tough spot. Hard to believe, but it is a tough spot. He knows he's going to be behind.
Might not be.
Might not be.
Yeah.
Might not be.
It'll be tough to not be behind, but
Every few % of the time, he
against
might
who?
not be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It goes
very tough to
through.
call a 7-6 off there.
The thing is, momentum-wise, you now have no fold equity. You cannot pick up the blinds. You will be all in whenever you do decide to go for it.
Yeah, it's either this hand or the next.
72 to 5.3. It's not a comeback I've seen before at the APT
Let's
final
hope
table.
he gets at least 9 high here. let's do 10 high. Let's give him 10 high at least.
Oh, Greg is just circling like a vulture, seeing Jun-Suk Oh's stack. Greg, we see what you're seeing, buddy. He knows it's coming, the all-in. Greg, that is. And I suspect Jun-Suk as well. Can't shove near blind at this stack depth
All
with
right,
an ante.
good enough. Good enough.
Would love to see the charts, but
I did ask for the man to get 10 high.
10 high should be good enough. And what will Junlong call with? Oh, there you go. Fold equity.
Oh, fold. Okay. How did he do it?
Yeah, great fold. Folds the dominated hand.
I mean, if he's up against Ace-King, he's got the odds to call, but against 10-7, he doesn't.
The funny thing is, Sam, metagame-wise, because your opponent is folding, despite being so short, could incentivize you to fold and just try and steal the next one.
Yeah.
It's been working thus far. We should be all in at any moment. Will it be the comeback, or will it be the man from China closing it out? King is good enough.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the 6 deuce on the other hand.
Oh,
This is one of the worst. One of the worst run of cards I've seen heads up in a long time. Mind you, the one he got through was also 10 high.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's seen paint. At least 5 or 6 hands. If we had a Raz event, I would recommend he go and sign up ASAP. Making his own change, reaching across the trophy. Jun-Suk has not been shy to move around. Down to, is it 5 bigs now? Last time around,
Yes.
5 and change. Got
Yeah.
some fold equity last time. Let's see if he manages. Once again, I expect to go all in with almost any 2.
Oh, no, come on. This is so brutal.
He got a oh, he's not doing it. He got a fold last time. He should have considered it. And it would have been the best hand.
Brutal.
There's 1 million in there. He had 2 left. Oh. The poker gods signaling perhaps the inevitable. $72 bigs to 4.8. 2 of them committed blind. Is this the one? Let's do the math on the all-ins. This could go to 10 bigs. 10 to 20. And another all-in. So still, 3 all-ins, and you're talking about the marginal chip lead.
Oh, come on. That's not fair. 7-3.
That is the roughest
Big
run of
blinds
cards
from the
I've ever
big blind
seen.
with 7-3
10 high was the
offsuit.
highest, and now Greg takes us
Versus
to what
Hu
could be the
Jinlong's
last
jam
hand.
on the button with King 8 offsuit. Oh Chun-Sok from South Korea is at risk with 7-3 offsuit. He needs to find a 7 or a 3 to stay alive. Regina, the flop. Flop comes. 7 deuce
7.
10. Oh Chun-Sok finds the 7 and now just needs to fade 6 outs, the king or the 8, to stay alive for his tournament life in the main event. Regina, the turn. The turn is the ace of hearts. That's a great card for Oh Chun-Sok. Just needs to fade the same 6 outs for his tournament life. No king, no 8 for Oh Chun-Sok of South Korea. Regina, the river. 2 pair for Oh Chun-Sok. Doubles up.
Here we go. First double up completed with the 7-3-0. Never over till it's over. Jinlong takes it with a smile. It's just a few of those antes he's been stealing. Let's do the math once more. 2 double ups, meaning an extra 9 million added. Essentially even out stacks. Don't count him out. 8.5 picks
It'll
also.
be almost even stacks if he wins 2 more all-ins.
Yeah, 2 more all-ins, I
Yeah.
think would take it to
So
something like
13
18
point
to
something mil.
Yeah, exactly.
I think 13.6.
The Korean Real has come to life in the chat. Can't say I blame them. Would be the comeback of a lifetime. 72,000 USD being played for. Unreal. Tons of support for Jun Soko, by the way, in chat.
No, come on. 7-3 off. Give the man a hand, please.
The man hasn't seen paint in at least 10 hands.
Yep.
That is hard to do.
야, 이 핸드가 뭐.
This is not the time to be this card dead.
Listen, when he got it in, it worked. It's okay. The
Yeah.
poker gods give it. The poker gods take it. I love how he's smiling as opposed to essentially cursing his run of cards. That is the attitude. In fact, it's been a very all smiles kind of table. Thinking back to our short stack coming into the day. Zhang Chu Hao, Mr. Smiles,
Yep.
all the way down to the final 2 here.
Ooh, all in 10-9. He's got Jack 6, the best hand he's seen, and he is ahead. Come on, you can do this. You can do this.
It's not-
Oh, no.
On that one, I can't blame him. I mean, facing an all in, Jack 6 looks pretty ugly.
Yeah.
12-1.
딜러 체인지. Why?
Chen Long Hu constantly on the verge.
But you can win.
It's gonna be in the big.
노루 안 보고 꼬리 했어.
Someone in chat, Suangjang45 says, the dealer and I are not the same person.
That is true. I can confirm.
I mean, it's a 1 in 7 billion shot, so.
Can confirm. Time to see if he has something to jam. 8-6
All
suited.
right.
Yeah, it's gonna be good enough. Has some fold
All
equity
in.
as well.
Oh, that is getting snapped.
Here we go again. Greg will lead the way.
오케이. 라이브.
Oh Chun-suk all in with 8-6
Two live ones.
suited is behind Hu Jinlong's King 7 suited. Oh Chun-suk of South Korea all in for his tournament life in the main event with 8-6 suited. Needs to find an 8-6, a bunch of clubs or a straight for his tournament life in the main event. Regina, the flop. Flop comes Queen, Jack, Deuce, complete brick for Oh Chun-suk. Oh Chun-suk is behind with 8 high. He needs to find an 8 or a 6. Regina, the turn. Turn is the 3 of clubs. Absolutely no help. Oh Chun-suk drawing to 6 outs for his tournament life. Or Hu Jinlong will win the APT main event. Regina, the river is the deuce of diamonds. Give it up for your runner-up. It's South Korea's Hu Jinlong. And give it up for your winner. It is China's Hu Jinlong.
What a way to close it out. The deuce of diamonds!
我想说，因为昨天是我过生日，然后我昨天发了一个朋友圈，微信朋友圈，我说一定要把冠军作为我的生日礼物，今天我实现了。
恭喜你！那你刚刚在这个 final table 有没有让你印象最深刻的事情？
印象最深刻的事情就是我一直在赢，然后我就只记得我一直在赢，没有别的，我就只记得一直在赢。
现在心情如何？
现在很开心，很开心，很兴奋，
这是你第一个 APT 的大狮子，对你来说有什么意义？
第一个live tournament live main event 冠军，那个怎么说？没关系，有第一个就会有第二个、第三个。好，
那你刚刚赢下你历史上你的生涯最高的奖金15万美金，你会怎么样运用这笔奖金？
不是，我赢过53万美金。
哦，对不起，对不起。那但是要15万也是很多啊。你会怎么运用这一笔奖金？
我给我儿子买奶粉吧。
让 让我们再次恭喜你。
谢谢谢谢。
Gongxi, give it up one more time. Your APT Phu Quoc main event champion is China's Hu Jinlong!
There we have it. We have a champion and a fumble.
Mini main fly B blinds up 100 200 round number 2.
Love that.
Let's not take away from Jinlong's moment there. High fives with the rail as the confetti comes down on our latest main event champion after Luo Shishang cinched it in APT Jeju. Now yet another Chinese poker legend in the making. Jinlong Hu did mention, as per chat and our producer Victor's translation, that it was his birthday yesterday. Sam, this explains so much. The birthday run good yesterday, the Queen Jack squeeze working out, the pocket fours jams, before we realize his moniker correctly should be Mr. All-In. Now the birthday run good carries over to the final table, $185,000 and a place in APT and, dare I say, world poker history. We have a winner. It's Jinlong Hu, and GG to the runner-up as well. Junsuk Oh had tons of support in chat, put on a fantastic showing. Amazing laddering, amazing ICM awareness. Ends up runner-up, gave it a fair shot, walks away with 113,000 USD.
Yeah, and GG to all of our final table finalists, and of course everyone that played the main event came out to support the APT. Huge shout out to everyone who jumped in, and what a final table that was. We saw a lot of blood, and you know, Hu Jinlong, the most aggressive player at the table, does manage to take those risks and takes it down for 185,000 USD as well as a golden lion. What a great birthday present for Dir.
Quite a birthday present indeed. A nice little Ferrari, should he desire. Now, I am trying to think, Mr. All-In, what was his most out-of-line All-In? I think...
Oh, he had one with like 30-something blinds.
Has to be 10-8 suited, knocking out Dipankar Gupta. Yeah,
Yeah.
amongst many others. Well, that's a style you can look to emulate in case you're looking to grab one of the APT Mega Lions. Now that wraps up our main event. What a fun 3 days it's been. We kicked off the schedule with day 2, going into day 3, where we made it to the final table. And today playing down to the winner, popping some champagne. Some of it fell down apparently. But it is not over, not just the festival, but the streaming schedule. As always, we do come back for day 2 of our high roller. Yet another Mega Lion on offer. It's the bronze variety, equally prestigious considering it's the high roller. So that you don't miss it, make sure you subscribe, follow us on socials. But for the main event, what time is it? 6:23 p.m. Sam and I wrap up a bit earlier than usual, but we will see you as usual at about 11:30 a.m. local tomorrow. The stream might kick off 30 minutes after that with a delay. Don't go anywhere. Subscribe so you follow us. Hit like on the stream on your way out so that the YouTube algorithm knows you like our content and help grow the game of poker in Asia. For Sam and myself in the booth, we wish you a good evening and we'll see you tomorrow.
I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. If you ain't talking money, don't talk to me. I be over here where the bosses be. Pockets on thick, cause I eat my greens. Way too hot, 3,000 degrees. No pictures, please. Cameras flashing, I'm VIP, I'm a big deal. My life a movie, I'm the one they wanna be still. And I'm a queen, yeah. Keep it real, yeah. I keep my circle tighter than an earring piercing. I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. And they all wanna come to my yard, ice me out and leave me alone. You know I be popping off, switching lanes, swiping cars. They throwing them bags at me, cause obviously I am a star. Run up a check with me, I'll make it rain, I got the funds. That's what I do for fun. I know that you want some, so stop playing games and go run and get you some. I got beauty and brains, I ain't no plain Jane. Cost a lot to maintain, but it ain't a thing. Let's be for real, I'm way too cute to be broke, had to fix it. I'm the captain of the ship, pulling my weight like I'm into fitness. All about my business, feeling myself, I get a witness. A1 treatment like a mistress, dunking on him, I don't miss. I look like a bag of money I'm on, they wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. One thing about me, I stay fly. One thing about me, I'm down to ride. One thing about me, I was born to shine. One thing about me, I'ma get mine. I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long.